Greetings and welcome to another vlog. I look dreadful. That's okay though, because I'm not scared of looking dreadful. This is a travel vlog. A lot of people were asking me to do a vlog about what is it like to move to a foreign country. It is very busy, I have to say. I can barely keep up with work. I'm falling behind. Timberborn's going to have to be every other day, and I apologize. But it's crazy. Today, I finally finished scheduling all the things, and I'm going to tell you what those are. So this week, I still have to finish organizing my house so that the packers can pack the stuff and the rest can go to the auctioneers because we just don't have time to sell stuff. I really want to get to Sweden very quickly. So on Thursday, I need to take my cats to the vet to have their rabies updated. I need to talk to my real estate agent. She wants to see me in town as well. And then on Sunday, I'm flying to Sweden. And then next week, I'm going to be looking at apartments physically. I've already looked online and found a couple that might work. So we'll have to see what that works like. I have to reschedule another thing. Oh dear, that's not great. I have to schedule another appointment with my neurologist. Can't go and see him while I'm in Sweden, that's for sure. We've got a plumber coming on Monday to fix a leaky faucet. And then next month, I feel like I'm going to be in this heaven when I go and see Matthias because it'll be good. He'll be safe for me and I can just rest for a bit. Because I've been working so hard to get my house organized because my parents didn't throw out anything when they were married and didn't encourage us to ever throw out anything. I mean, the general feeling for in the old country is if it doesn't eat, it's okay to keep. As in I have all kinds of craft materials and fabric and all kinds of stuff like that. And it's none of that's coming. So anyway, so when I get back in November, the first week I'm back, I need to move my mom. Oh, I forgot about tomorrow. Tomorrow I got to go furniture shopping with my mom. So then when I get back, I have moving my mom to the independent living facility for her. Until we get her papers worked out, she can't come to Sweden permanently. So she's going to live there for, we think maybe a year because just getting her birth certificate copy is going to take 6 months, they tell us. So, eek. So when I get back, we had to organize the flights for that as well. Then we have to get my mom settled. And then I'm going to have a meeting with the auctioneer lady on Saturday. And then on Monday, I get a vet certificate for the cats to get their pet passport. I'm having the movers come in on Monday. They're going to move for 2 days. And then I'm going to have the auctioneer coming in on Wednesday. And she's going to have to auction everything. And then I'm going to go back to Sweden, I think on the Sunday. For some reason, I didn't get the email for the flight, but I'll get it soon. So yeah, it's organizing everything to fit together because the pet passport has to be gotten 10 days ahead and only 10 days ahead. It has to be within 10 days. Can't be a month before. No. And then it has to be sent to the USDA to get it stamped and they have to send it back and you have to have a physical copy and then you got to have all these records for your pets and stuff like that. And it is a mess and a half. And I forgot to add to my list here of things to do. We got to close the safe deposit box, get everything out of there, close any bank accounts I need to do that. Well, though I'm not going to do that immediately. I'm not really sure how I'm going to do that because I have a lot of my bank accounts linked to PayPal, so I'm going to have to do that later. But yeah, there is so much to do. And then we've got to sell the house as well. And luckily I found a really great real estate agent who she says she's going to let the painters in, let repair people in so I don't have to be here physically because once the furniture's moved out, I have to be in a hotel and I don't want those expenses to rack up. So for now, the hotel seems like it's going to be maybe 5 days or something. So that's not too bad. And I know a very, very cheap motel that takes pets. So I'll just be living at grunge level, but I don't want to spend money on a hotel. It's not worth it. It's not needed. And the cats will be fine there. It's ironic. I think we're gonna stay. I think I'm gonna stay in the same hotel we stayed in when we first moved here. It was the very first place we came to when we came to Cheyenne, and it was so funny because we're in like t-shirts and shorts because we used to live in Houston or near Houston, and we come in and there's snow on the ground in May. Ah, we were like walking around in t-shirts and shorts, and we're like, huh, there's snow outside. What are we gonna do about this? So we had to just go quickly to the store and buy clothes because all of our clothes was literally t-shirts and shorts until we had the moving van come. But before that, we had to buy a house and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, my mom and I, we were just like flabbergasted. Snow in May, and it was like, wow, all right. But it was funny, and so I think we'll all stay at the same hotel just to have a kind of full circle completion thing. Why not? But anyway, moving to another country, I have to say, is a lot of work. It's a lot of craziness. It's a lot of mental stress. It's a lot of organizing, and I'm very good at organizing, right? I think if you're not good at organizing, you need to seek help. I need help, but there is nobody to help me. So I got to do it all myself. But it's okay. I mean, Matthias will tell you I'm very good at organizing and planning. I'm a planner. I plan everything. I mean, to like this week, I'm like looking at apartments online and seeing like, okay, maybe I'll schedule this one for next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, like that kind of thing where I'm like already thinking to next week, even though I'm not even in Sweden yet. And so I kind of, yeah, I want to figure something out with that. And what else can I tell you? The pet thing is really rough because like I wanted to take the cats in the cabin with me just to make sure they don't die. And oh no, ma'am, you're only allowed to take one pet or two of them if they're less than 8 kilograms, including the weight of the carrier. And I've been trying to chase around Eleanor all day to weigh her. Because I picked up Emma and I weighed her, and it definitely determines what I do with the pets because should I buy a soft-sided carrier to put them in the cabin or should I have them in the cargo hold? Now, a lot of people actually recommend the cargo hold because the pets are in a quiet place and it is pressurized and it's climate controlled, which is nice. But on the other hand, one of the things I've noticed or I've heard is that when you get on the plane, when those stewardesses or the flight attendants greet you at the door and the pilots are there, you say, hey, I have pets in the hold, just to make sure they know, because I think the captain has to turn on some kind of switch to make sure that they're in a safe environment down there, because I don't think they pressurize the cargo hold if you don't have any pets on board. So I don't know if anybody else has taken pets, but yeah, I don't know. I'm scared. I'm really scared. But I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get the certificates that I need and all of that kind of stuff together. And yeah, it's kind of rough. But soon we shall be in Sweden forever. Well, I mean, I will travel to visit people because I know people are going to want to party. And we're trying to figure out where people want to meet. So I'm going to do like a meetup after I get into Sweden. I might do a meet and greet even before my stuff arrives, but it probably won't be at my house. We'll probably meet at like a restaurant or something. But we can meet in Stockholm or we can meet somewhere else, like in Dutchland. If you want to meet me, like a meet and greet, do come and join my Discord because that's where we like talk about stuff like that and what's convenient for a lot of people and where people can travel. Because last time we met up in Arnhem, which is in Dutchland, and it's very close to the German border. So a lot of the German friends that I have also met up there. So we had a small group of people and it was really lovely. I really enjoyed that. So I'm really looking forward to those kind of meetups and stuff. And maybe if we get like a group together that likes gaming, I have games. We can play board games and stuff. And now that I'm going to be permanently located in Europe, we can have a lot more of these meetings, and it's easier to travel. It's cheap to travel. So I'm looking forward to it. And if anyone wants to come to Stockholm and visit me, I am delighted for you to come, because I will show you around my favorite city in the world. And yeah, we can do things. And I'll show you my favorite things to do and visit and places. And I'll even take you to see the Vasa if you want, which is like my favorite place to go. Anyway, yeah, it's interesting. So I have that like dream in ahead to look forward to, and it's the thing that drives you, because it is hard. Like, this is hard. I do hard stuff every day. I really do. I'm brave. I'm a brave person, and I do hard stuff every single day. But this is another level of hard. Also, if you are thinking about moving to a different country, make sure you have friends who can help you, because things like taxes. How do I pay taxes in the new country? How do I do this, or what is a requirement of that? Like, for example, one thing I learned in Norway was that at a certain time of year, and I think it's in Sweden as well, at a certain time of year, you have to put on snow tires on your vehicle. It's legally, you're required to do this. Now, I don't know if I'm going to buy a car. I'm not sure yet, but I might. And that's something you just got to know. And like, they don't tell you. So like, it's kind of, you have to have a friend to help you with those cultural things that you're not aware of yet, because they are important. They really are important. But anyway, I'm sorry I didn't do any previous vlogs on this topic. I've been very, very busy, and I still have like a whole room over that way that needs to be sorted, and boxes opened that haven't been opened in 18 years, or more, possibly more. And it's super, super stressful, because there are things that I want to do, but they take up so much time and energy. It's just really hard to get to them. So I have to kind of make really hard choices, like making a vlog instead of unpacking boxes. This is a bad decision. I know it is. But I'll try to keep you updated. And if you have any questions, do please ask. I'm very curious to hear about your questions. And oh, by the way, you can't, if you're like an American or a Canadian, you can't just move to Europe, right? You have to have either a visa or you have to have European citizenship. And I got my Polish citizenship by ancestry. I don't speak a word of Polish, except, well, I do speak 3 words. I think I can say miska, tarka, and druszlak, kitchen stuff. Yeah. Anyway, but because both of my parents had Polish, were Polish citizens, are Polish citizens, they gave me the citizenship after 4.5 years. It's been a while. And I just got my passport last week in Chicago. So that was great. That was really good. And I'm pretty happy with the result of that. But yeah, you have to, but a lot of countries offer that. Like, if you're interested in moving to Europe, I know Germany offers that, and a lot of other places probably have something similar. I think Italy as well. I've heard, I have a friend from Italy, or whose ancestry is from Italy. And oh, here you are. Hello. I've been trying to catch you all day, you silly pet. This is my Eleonora. She's my bear cat. She has a tiny tail like a rabbit, so I call her my bear cat. She's like a teddy bear. Yes, you are. You want to sit like a teddy bear? Okay, here we go. Here we go. We can sit like a teddy bear. Anyway, she is my little bear cat. And see, I don't know if you can see the tiny fluffy tail. It's hard to see. There we go. Cat, wiggle your tail. Wiggle, wiggle. No? Okay. Sometimes she'll wiggle it. But anyway, so like moving to Europe is possible, but it's a process. Probably the easiest way to get to a place is through work, if you can apply for a job and get a position where they will import you. But if you can't, or don't want to, or it's going to take too long, like as an entrepreneur, it was going to take 36 months to get to Sweden if I didn't have the citizenship. And I found out about that like just about, I don't know, 6 months ago. So I was still waiting for the passport, for the Polish passport. And it's like, ugh, should I apply for this thing that takes 3 years? I don't know. So anyway, I ended up just getting it in June. Last time, actually, I went to visit Matthias. So that was really handy, very handy. So, but yeah, it's a possibility. And the reason I'm moving to Europe is just because when I went to Norway for the first time, even as the plane touched down, my heart like bloomed with joy. And I was like, I'm home. I am home. And I think that basically covers Norway and Sweden. I belong in the Nordic lands because it's just, I mean, I've traveled the world. I've been many places. I've been to Southeast Asia, Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan, and Thailand. Love Thailand. And so I've been to a lot of places, and I've been to Russia and France and all over the US, different places. And whenever I return to the US, like I never had that feeling of this is home. It's just like, oh, okay, we're back. But when I went to Norway, I was like, oh, this is home. And now when I come back to the US, I have this really bad culture shock. It's bad. Like everything feels wrong. Like the air feels wrong, the water tastes wrong. Just everything is not right. It's very difficult to explain, but it's just a feeling of not rightness. Nothing is right. Everything is not good. And it's not just thinking about politics or whatever. It's just like every part of life. And like I'm physically hurting being away from my homeland now that I know where it is. And so when I get to Sweden, I feel in my heart so happy and light. And it's just the right place to be for me. So I feel like I've told people that before and they're like, huh? Like born in the wrong country? What do you mean? Yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, I'm born in the wrong country. My parents chose the wrong country to live in. And I'm really excited that this is coming together so fast. I didn't think it was going to happen this fast, but it is. It definitely is. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. And if you have any questions, do feel free to ask either in comments or on Discord is a great place too. We have a lot of chats in Discord. Maybe I'll make a new channel about this. KoS's Moving Adventure or something. I do have one called KoS Travels. Maybe we should put it in there because I am physically traveling around. And if you're wondering about the cats, yes, I'm taking the cats. I think I already said that. Yeah. I think I said a lot about that, in fact. Somebody asked me if I'm taking my cats. I'm like, of course, they're my family. How can you leave your animals? That would be terrible. So anyway, I just want them to be happy. And so it's going to be an interesting journey. And shopping for an apartment is also going to be an interesting journey. I found a few, none of them is exactly perfect. But there are a couple that might be close. And it's good that I'm looking now because I have furniture that maybe I won't even take because it's too big or it won't fit in the space or whatever. And as it is, I'm not taking much. I'm just taking my artwork and just, I don't know, a few, like my bed and stuff, because in Sweden, you don't really have a lot of space. So just a few things, but I don't really need stuff anymore. It's kind of like, I'm done. I've gone completely Swedish now. Don't worry. I'm completely Swedish now. I just need to work on my accent, of course. But yeah, if you have any questions, do please feel free to ask anything. You can ask anything. And if I don't want to answer it, I just won't answer it. But feel free to ask anything you want. And yeah, I'll be happy to answer. So anyway, thank you so very much for joining me. Take care of yourselves and each other. And I'll see you next time.